That's R-R-W-W-A. I'm a Raider with an attitude. R-R-W-W-A. I'm a Raider with an attitude. If you first to pop off, then you most likely to win. See, I'm a Raider with an attitude, living in sin. I got a sword and a grin, the shield's protecting my race. These bitch ass motherfuckers get the fuck out my face. I'm about to give them a taste. Torpedoes set to explode, and these fools ain't fucking win. That's why they call them cowboys. And what's this bucket in the stands? Donkeys making crowd noise. They could eat on this when they take their L poison.
And welcome back to the Silver and Black Radio Podcast. I'm your host, Raider Will, and I am here with my boy, Matty B from TBH Western Colorado.
What up, fam?
I'm here with my girl, Val from Dallas. What's up, girl? Rose up. Tony B from
You already know, let's
TBH
go.
Wilkins. Let's go.
All day, every day, you already know.
Yeah, hey, y'all already know what it is. It's all about the Raiders all the time. 24/7 here, baby. So, hey, guys, we know who we got as our coaches. We know we got Getsy. We know we got PG. We know we got AP. We're starting to fill up positions. Hey, let's talk free agency. But specifically, defensive free agents that we want to see come in. We're going to go through a list of the top 25, say yay or nay. You know what? The things that we're looking at, salary cap, things like that. Let's look at the game changers that are going to be available. So, guys, obviously the number one name on that list, Chris Jones from the Kansas City Chiefs, baby. So, hey, Tony B, you're the GM right now, okay? You're sitting there, you're Telesco. You see him, you see Chris Jones, big sexy coming up. You see that 300, that 6'3", baby, coming in, looking like the Kool-Aid man. And he says, yo, what's up, Telesco? I'm here. Do you want Chris Jones on the squad? I mean, like, he's going to command somewhere north of $30 million a year.
I would love to see him on the defensive side of the ball. He's still a game changer, and we really can use. I mean, yes, we are focusing a lot more on offense when we talk on some of these shows, and we don't really focus on the defensive side. But more help for Crosby would be great. I mean, don't get me wrong, it would only free him up even more. And just think about the 1-2 punch with those guys. It'd be crazy.
No, absolutely. What's that?
What are his stats?
His stats? Let me give you his stats real quick. Let me look that up.
I didn't do my homework, so.
No, I got you, girl. No worries. So stats-wise this year, let's see, Chris Jones.
Tony, you think he would be good with Crosby?
Oh, I 100%, because if you put another person at that high a caliber, you can only double so many people. Somebody's going to be open. One or two are going to be open. So it would just help him, and they would help each other tremendously. I mean,
so Chris Jones is pretty much, like, if you think about it, he's like second best to Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
So, like, that's just a perspective if you want to look at it, Val.
So, and let me give you some stats, okay, Val? So, it says here he had 30 combined tackle, or I think it says 30 tackles. Then it says 10 assisted. He had 10.5 sacks this season. So, if you look at that and you match that up with Max Crosby on the outside,
it's a wrap,
you're talking about a defense, and then you got Malcolm Kuntz.
You're looking at a 30-40 sack season.
Yeah, I mean, like, you got Malcolm Kuntz, you got Tyree Wilson, you got Max Crosby, you'd have Chris. You have a squad. I mean, your front four becomes the fearsome foursome.
You also got to think about your corners and everything too, man, because you got some corners splits too. Hobbs has been stepping up too. So,
no, absolutely.
You got to think.
100%.
You bring that guy into the defense and he changes your whole defense. That's how good of a player.
I mean, that guy's a game changer. The guy is definitely a piece that you look at and you say, man, he's a guy that we need. But the biggest question here for me, Val, is the $30 million mark. If you're asking north of $30 million a year, guys, that means we only have about $20 million to $15 million left in salary cap to take care of all our other needs.
Right.
And that right
Right.
there kind of
Neat.
worries me, you know? So I think if we were to get him on something where, he's about, I'd be like,
I'd say like 15, like 12 to 15 million a year.
dude, there's no way.
There's no way he would.
No, I think something like if he was to take like 25, I mean, like that's going to be half.
25 is, I mean, that's still a lot of money to put in on it. Like I
Yeah,
can
but we,
you got one piece away and that's all you need. Like I'm paying you what, 30 million plus a year, to help you get to that point. Raiders, we're not to that point right now. We need more than just that. So that's my only big thing. Like you said, that's the only big thing with Chris Jones is that.
All right, Joe. So Tony, I mean, like again, at 30 mil, are you a buyer for Chris Jones?
it's rough to say. Like, it'd be hard to say that I wouldn't want him to be in there. 30 million is a lot.
Yeah.
Excuse me. How would that cap space that we save with if the Jimmy G stuff goes? How does that work? If we save that money on him, will we free up some money to make that available to make that move a little less of a hit?
What I understand, if we release him due to that releases $11.2 million in salary cap money. So that means that would give us an $11.2 million boost. And right now we're at 40 million or 40 something million. So that would put us in the $50 million range. That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
you spent 30 million on one player. That's just a year. Like that's a 1 year contract. So you get to spread that out through however many years.
But and that's where you're looking at it. I'm like, that's why I'm asking. I'm like, are you a buyer? I mean, like, are you a buyer for Chris Jones? No.
I mean, hey, I would, like I said, like you say, like I would love to see him on our team, but like I said, we got too many more needs. I mean, like, yes, he is a game changer. He's going to change your defense. He's going to change the way everybody plays their offense. Play us even to join the team, but
it's one of those situations too where if we sign him, we're happy that we got him. We'll figure it out after. And if we don't sign him, then we're like, okay, cool, we can go this other route and we'll be okay. So I mean, it's a position now where you have strength in, and we're doing okay in. Like our defense was good, and I wouldn't mind seeing some help. But if we didn't get it and we had to go somewhere else, I'd be okay with that as well.
Right. Yep.
Yep. I get you. And I mean, like again, I think he'd be a great fit, a great addition to the team. But again, at $30 million plus, I'm with you guys. I just don't see that salary cap number working for us, especially with so many holes. Things that he does alleviate, though, is again, hey, guess what? We would now have a solid pass rush that gives the secondary time. It makes everything shorter. But, I mean, like at $30 million, I'm not a buyer. I'm like, the Raiders just are not that one player away.
And, I mean, and I like, like another thing is he played for the Chiefs, and I doubt he's going to take any kind of deal to come play for the Raiders.
So
I really don't see that.
Connects us to him with a salary that's like feasible.
Yeah, I mean, like again, and that's where it becomes saying, like, okay, what's feasible for us? I mean, like, I think if I know people go like 30 million and people are gonna say, hey, we gotta go hard at that guy. Like he's such a good piece. But I'm like, man, 35 million, $40 million a year for a defensive tackle? For a defensive tackle?
Right.
Oh, that's tough.
I mean,
you're talking Aaron Donald stat. You talking Aaron Donald then? I mean,
and Aaron Donald's a little bit older now.
But he's still dominant in the trenches, But I mean, like, I could see, I could see that. I think maybe Chris Jones is a little bit better just because of his age, but Aaron Donald is just a dude. Like, it doesn't matter how old that dude is, you're gonna fear that dude.
No, absolutely. No, nobody's saying that we won't fear him. But the thing is
it's
that,
like, are you gonna pay? Will he take? How much would you think Aaron Donald would take? What was his contract?
I don't
know what his contract was.
No, I don't know Aaron Donald's contract. But I mean, like, again, just for all intents and purposes, I think we've all said, hey, we don't want him at north of $30 million.
Right. Well, that's why I was saying, like, if we knew what Aaron Donald's contract was, you could base it off of that if you technically do
Aaron Donald's contract,
like a comparison to what you could give him and offer him, and like
I got what you're saying. Google. Aaron Donald's contract.
like 25 million.
He's about $25 to $27 million cap number right here.
Dang.
30 million, 34 million. I mean, like
2024, he's due 34 million.
So I mean, like, you're right in range at $30 million, about 27 million.
Yeah, I guess 30 million is about the fair price for him.
Yep. So I'll be like, again, I just don't think we're there. We're not one guy away.
Yep.
Oh, there he is, the man, the myth, the legend, the king of Red Lobster, Gunny Raider.
King of Red Lobster, baby. You know me.
Gunny.
What's up?
Cheddar biscuits.
What I missed?
Cheddar
The cheddar biscuits, dude. Boba knows.
So we're talking right now, Chris Jones. All right. Hey, are you a buyer at Chris Jones in free agency?
Yes.
I mean, at north of $30 million.
Yes.
You would give him more. Well,
Yes.
if you were to buy, okay, because you're one of the few guys that said, "Hey,
Whatever
yes,
you're gonna say, yes.
Look, so how much would you offer him? What would be the contract that you would like him to see come in at?
Man, I don't know, but all of it. Who cares? It's Chris Jones, bro. Can you imagine that defensive line with Chris Jones on it?
Okay, yeah, but we have other needs. So how would you
On defense?
Huh?
On defense?
I'm just.
I'd be like, we have other needs. I'd be like, if you think about it, because if you give him about 35 million, right? That would mean you have about 15 million left in salary cap.
That's fine. Who else we hiring? Who else we getting out there? Do we need some offensive players beside the quarterback?
Well, we
Or
need an offensive line.
We need a line, right?
line.
You can
I'd
get
be
that
like,
if
you
you
got to
want
sign
to, bro.
JJ. JJ's gonna like ask for money, man. I mean,
That's
JJ's
true.
gonna be
That's
about
true.
8 mil.
That's true. I just jumped on. I came in hot.
You
Came in a
did.
little too hot.
Hold down.
Came in a little too hot.
Blow
I take
your
it back. I
horn.
take everything I said back.
So I'd be like, again, are you a buyer for Chris Jones at north of $30 million?
Nah, you can't pay him that. Now that I'm thinking about it, you can't. I mean, with everything else, we do have other. We don't have a lot. I don't think needs, but we do have some, and we got to re-sign JJ for sure.
Oh,
Unless you're willing to give him up. Unless you're willing to give him up and just go straight up Zeus.
okay. Let me ask you. Okay, now we'll move on to an offense. I mean, we were talking defensive free agents, but now that JJ is in the mix, okay. Matt, you let JJ go, or are you re-signing JJ?
I'm resigning JJ. The only way I let JJ walk is if he doesn't want to come back. Then I'm going after fucking Henry.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Pushing hard for fucking Derrick Henry.
hey, so Tony B, if you get the opportunity to re-sign JJ, are you re-signing him, or are you letting him walk? And what's the contract you want to see him come in at?
Contract numbers, I don't know what, but you got to bring him back. He is You got to bring him back. I just think that he's too valuable to just let walk. Unless he's wanting to go, then don't put too
Right.
much effort into
Yeah.
to begging. But
You sign him if you can.
if you can, you got to sign that man. You got to bring him back.
Yeah, I think now
I
that we
just
got
I
him,
just bought his jersey. I just bought his jersey.
So
I
he has to
switched to
come back.
number 8.
So he
That
has to
means
come
he's gonna get released or traded. Fuck.
We gotta fucking sign.
Shoot. Now,
just until we sign him.
do you re-sign JJ or do you let him go? Now.
I'm here. I'm thinking.
Oh, I can only see your lips right now. Hold on, let me expand the picture. There we go.
Can you see my face now?
Yes, I can see your face.
Lord Almighty. I don't know. I'd have to look at circumstances.
I agree.
I mean, because he didn't play, so he was hot, right? And then he like cooled down. So I mean, do we really want to pay for mediocre performance, or is he actually gonna put the work?
See, that's where I was coming in too. Is
that's a hot one. I like it though. I like it.
I like it. No, she's not lying, bro.
100% right though. She's not wrong.
Let's be real. We paid $12 million. Wait. I see Tony Boba. Go ahead, Tony. Go.
Give him an offensive line that's not hurt and an offensive coordinator that wants to give him the damn ball the right way, and he's going to be back to that leading the league in rushing again. Watch. Now that we got what we got the people in place for him to succeed. Let him eat.
So, hey, Tony brings up a good point. Here we go, Val. Go ahead, Val.
We also played well without him too. So, I mean, it's not like he's not replaceable. I mean, not trying to be harsh, but
we got some haymakers coming out right now. Val.
Cooking.
Hey, hold on. Hold on, Tony. Hold on. Here we go. Go ahead, Tony.
Go ahead, Tony. Stir that up.
Okay, you said we played well without him, right? Wouldn't we want to play great with him in the right position? Like, don't get me wrong, we played well without him, but he was hurt. He was behind an offensive line that was shat. Give him some stuff, and he's going to be the man. Watch.
This is like Tyson and Holyfield right now. I'm like, we're just going back and forth. It is like, bam, bam.
Who's here? But who's biting who's here?
Hold on.
Val's got one.
Who's going to bite the ear off?
Right. I'll be the ear biter.
Go ahead, Val. Go ahead.
Even before he was hurt, though.
He played well. I mean, we could do well without him. But I don't want to have to.
No, I'm listening. I'm not even interrupting this argument.
Listen,
I'm getting out of this.
You gotta
My name's Bennett, and I ain't in it.
No, but I'm saying, even before he was hurt, he still wasn't performing as well as he should have or could have been. So, hurt or not, I mean, go ahead, Rachel.
Can I say something?
Go ahead. Oh, here it comes.
Just, I, not to get in. I mean, I'm trying to get in it just a little bit. I think JJ's most of his shit had to do with his non-off season last year. That for me, it had to do with a whole lot of like he didn't have training camp, he didn't do anything with the team, like, and he showed up late, and then he didn't really get going until like what, week 6, week 7, something like that. So for me, that was it for me, But Val's right too, because he's had a really great season and then a bad season before that. So he's been up and down. It's not like he's been consistent. Like on the leading rusher, and then all of a sudden, like he's been bad before. Let's not try to make a mistake about that. He's been bad before.
Yeah. No, yes, Val. Go ahead.
Did you right there where he said I was right?
I always say you're right, Val.
Hey, yo, guys, I love the facts that we're bringing out. One, Tony addressed it, though. Hey, we needed to find a guy that's going to give him the rock, right? That's going to believe in him. So we bring in Getsy, okay? When we bring in Getsy, after that, we say, hey, we have to look at guys that we're going to bring in to complement. To say, hey, you know what? We're going to let you excel. We're going to let you do your thing. So, again, we look at that and we say, hey, you know what? JJ didn't have a lot of the tools that he needed to succeed. But at the same time, Val is right. Where when he did have the tools, he underperformed. You know, that's why I don't think he comes in at $12 million. I think we can re-sign him on a performance-based contract, okay, where you say, hey, it could be up to $12 to $13 million, depending on your performance. But we do a base salary of $8 million a year.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say before all of you start.
Before the bow started coming out. Got it.
But anyways, yeah, if we can, because once we signed AP, like I think a lot of Josh Jacobs, like all the Josh Jacobs holdout was due to Josh McDaniels. You know, so once he was out of there, his performance was better. But, you know, we didn't see that until after we got rid of Josh McDaniels. So, like, he wanted that extension and he came in on that tag. You know, so when he did come in off of that tag and start playing, you're right, Val. He didn't show the potential that he had. You know, he never tried to break away from a tackle. He didn't hit those cuts. He wasn't, you know, he was just running right up the middle and getting tackled. Nothing was happening.
No.
I don't know if that was all due to him like being pissed off at Josh about shit, or if it was really like that's how he plays if he doesn't have everything around him. You know, but I mean, now that we signed AP, I think we can get him on a contract like you're talking because he likes playing for AP. So if we can go that route of like an $8 million a year contract, I mean, we got a pretty good 1-2 duo. You know, if we can keep that back system together with those two, with Zeus and Jacobs, man, I think we got it. Like we definitely got one of the best 1-2 backs in the league.
All right, guys. Hey, yeah, thanks. Just so you know, I'm gonna mute you a little bit because you can hear all the wind in your car.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, mute me up. I'll mute myself.
All right. Hey, so no. All right, gotta mute yourself. Got you. But guys, we all agree that we want JJ back. We just think he has to come back at a better price, at a more comfortable price for the team. And I think he'll be great. Now, let's go back to these defensive free agents, guys. We got the list right here. Hold on. Right. So, now we got Jaguars defensive end, outside linebacker, Josh Allen, right? He had 10.5 sacks in his rookie year. And he's been one of the, guys that he's been showing up. He shows up for the Jaguars. Now, his thing is he has injury problems. You know, he plays defensive end, outside linebacker. Tony B, what do you bring on to the squad?
The injuries might scare me away a little bit. Last thing we need is another defensive person that's not going to be on the field, just taking money on the side. But if he was healthy, he's a valuable asset that would be. They would be able to move him around and put him in good spots. So, for the right price, I wouldn't mind. Also, a little maybe a play incentive deal kind of thing, like you were talking about just a second ago. Just maybe like his pay would be that he played, and so But I wouldn't mind if he was on the field. He'd be a good addition.
Okay. Gunny, do you take the defensive end from the Jaguars, Josh Allen? And if you do, tell me why. I mean, he had 17.5 sacks this season.
Man, it's just like Chris Jones. What do you do? You're right. I mean, he's got to come at the right price, man. That's what it is. Now, I'm a big believer. I think this defense is already built. You understand what I'm saying? Now you get some pieces around it, some role players type thing. You know what I mean? But I think this defense is built already. I think Jack Jones is a fucking monster. I think Max Crosby is obviously a monster. We got Malcolm Koonce who came on late. I think this defense is built. I think we need some linebackers for sure. But at the end of the day, they were probably the best defense in the league in the last fucking 8 weeks of the season, right?
Oh, we were the number one defense in the league the last 4 games of the season, I think.
Yeah, you could always add more pieces. You add that shit through the draft.
I
now.
think
If you got a defense built like that, you add it through the draft, right?
Right.
You add pieces, little pieces that'll help. You talking about like backup. Bring that backup in. You know, more defensive line, more linebackers, somebody who could come in and spell. You know, you get some spell players. But I don't think we need any more stars.
I think we
be
need
a
more
better
depth
defense.
than we do anything.
Depth, yeah,
So-
that's what I meant. Depth.
So okay, guys. So you said you didn't feel like that, right? I'm gonna name off some names here. I want you guys to tell me, A, addition, no addition. Okay. Now you were saying you don't want to bring in a bunch of older free agents, right? So, hey, let's go through it. It says, hey, we got Antoine Winfield Jr., the safety from the Bucks. Matt.
Nope.
No, I'm not bringing him in.
Gunny.
No need.
Boba.
Nope.
Hal. Nope.
No need.
Okay. Gotcha. She agrees. Okay. Yo, we got defensive end outside linebacker Brian Burns from the Panthers.
I like him.
So
He's the star on my Madden team on my Xbox.
okay, Tony Bova. Would you add him onto the Raiders squad right now?
I like Gunn was saying, we don't need the stars. We just need like the depth and the role. He would give solid depth and not and production. Like, he's a good player.
So yes?
Yes.
Okay. Gunny.
I'm with Bobo on that. That's a yes for me too. Same reason you just said.
Okay. Matt.
Oh yeah, I'm with you on that one. That's the dude I wanted to pick up in free agency last year when they were, or a trade deadline last year when we had right before we fired the whole regime.
Oh, beautiful.
Yep. So that was the dude I was hoping they would trade for, but nothing ever happened with anything. So maybe we can pick him up now.
The reason I like this pick that you guys are going with is because he's young. He's 26 years old.
And he doesn't demand a high contract. He might be he's a young player, but he's not. You could probably get him on a decent contract.
So Val, he's coming off his first contract and he's having he had a contract dispute with his team because he wanted, a longer contract and stuff. They didn't give it to him. So now he's like, hey, you know what? He's a free agent. He's going to go test the market. And he's 26 years old. So he's coming off that first year contract. So this is his money contract. So he'll ask for a little bit more money, but I don't think he's going to ask for that much. And I think we can get him at an affordable price. All right, guys. Hey, Ravens defensive tackle, Justin Mabuki. Matabuki. Tony Boba. You take him?
I would have to pass.
Okay. Gunny.
Just because I don't know enough. It doesn't stand out and just bite me enough to go, I need that dude. And
so he's actually, I actually like Matabuka. He actually put up, I think, double-digit sacks this year, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got a lot of quarterback pressures. He's also, so you could actually, you're talking like defensive tackle, like Chris Jones. This is a guy that you can bring in as, like we talked about with depth. This is a guy that could come in and he could either be a star on your defense or he could add depth to your defense, and like he's a dude I would add if I had the chance. I would add him.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this, right? I'm like he's 27,
Another young cat.
young cat. So I mean, like he's gonna demand some money, but at 27, I mean, like he's a building block. So Gunny, do you take him?
I would. Defensive tackle somewhere we need. We need something there, right?
Yeah.
So we need depth there.
That's one spot I have to say. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. It's one spot we have to
We
upgrade on.
may not have stars there, but depth will work it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So if you got enough depth, you can work it out. Is he Samoan? Because I'm a big fan of Samoans on the team, bro. Bring in all the Samoans.
No,
Bring them all in.
I think he's like Nigerian.
I think
or something.
I was gonna say I think he's
That's
Nigerian.
what his last name sounds Samoan, but I'm a big
I
fan
might
of
be wrong
Samoans,
on
bro.
that. No.
You know
Yeah.
that shit. Will used to live in LA and shit. Bring Samoans in.
Oh yeah,
especially on
you
D
ain't
line.
lying.
Yeah, especially on D line. Samoans, Tongans, fuck that. Them motherfuckers are strong as shit.
Yep, they got that caveman strength, man.
Yeah,
They
bring
out
them in,
there-
dude.
Hey, that Hawkeye ain't no fucking joke, bro. They out there pounding for
Not at
real.
all.
They're pounding you into the dirt.
Yeah, I
Shoot,
seen a lot of people go down by the hands of the Samoans and shit.
bro. They throw some hands, bro. They
Yeah, bring
love
'em in,
throwing
dude.
hands. Yo, so guys, Dolphins defensive lineman Christian Wilkins is available.
Yes, sir.
Matt already said yes, sir. So, Matt, let's start with you. Christian Wilkins said you already said yes, sir.
Oh yeah, dude, bring that dude in anytime.
Obviously.
He's no different than Matabuke, and he's no different than Chris Jones. You get, like I say, cheaper contract. Fucking little bit of maybe some injury issues there, but like I said, that's what you use on that contract. I bring you in on this kind of a contract with your injury history. But dude is dominant when he's up front. So,
Got it?
Yeah, I love it too. Same thing Matt said. And Matt's very adamant. He loved that one.
Yeah,
jumped right on that one.
he immediately was like, yes.
I would like Christian Wilkins since he came out, bro. I was like,
If Matt said it, I'm in.
Sorry, I've been rooting for him. Came out of college.
Wilkins is good, dude. Wilkins is good, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yo, Tony B?
I like him. Plays with intensity. Plays with intensity. He's got the
That
stats
right there,
to
you're right.
prove. What's up?
I said that, you're right. He plays with intensity, bro. That's beautiful for our team.
And that's what we would. I mean, it would be a very cheap intensity boost.
I think that's a dude that would thrive in this defense. Like, I think he would eat any. Like, I think the Chiefs would have a really tough time with that defense if we added him.
Isn't it crazy that we have like a real identity now? This is off topic, but
fucking nice, bro.
No,
like,
no,
like, not
you
even,
could really see like who fits and who doesn't in this defense now.
Yep.
It's awesome.
You ain't lying, and nope, you ain't lying at all.
Bro, we going back to old school football.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for him to start
I fucking
this
love it.
fucking shit again. I'm ready for the big thumbs to come back out. Like
Hey,
AP's got me pumped, bro.
I'm
AP's
ready
got
for
me
the
pumped as
stickum
fuck.
to come back out. I'm ready for stickum to
Let's
see
go.
the out there glued up from the feet up. Let's go.
yeah, I want that big ass
I'll put this shit all over.
the ones that are always broken, only on Sundays.
Yep. Break that thumb on. Hey, I broke it on Saturday. Ow!
Yeah.
Hit him right there in the throat.
That was
Yeah.
off topic, but it's awesome. It feels good, doesn't it?
No,
It
absolutely.
does.
And I mean, like, look at it. Like, Val hit us up with it where, like, as soon as we signed AP, she was like, hey, we got personality. We have somebody that, like, who, like, encompasses who we are. And now he's giving the team, like, his way.
This is what I like, too. We got players that want to come play for AP. This dude's not a free agent, but he's a dude that wants out. And that's Brandon Ayuk.
And you, right?
And yeah, Brandon Ayuk, man, he wants to come and play for the Raiders, bro. He's been posted all over his social media. He wants to play for AP, and he's played with Jaden Daniels too. So I mean, Dan, think about it.
So, all right.
That's so crazy, bro. We go from a team that nobody wants to play for, and all of a sudden we are the shit.
Yeah,
So
that's what
wild.
happens.
Dude,
That's what happens when you get
stupidest
grit
wide
to a
receiver.
football team. What happens when you add grit to a football team?
Yeah.
It would be a crazy wide receiver core.
That'd be
Look,
insane,
we
dude.
brought in Ayuk, bro. You ain't
Who
fucking.
do-
Nobody's covering us. Bro.
Okay, now, hey, let me ask you. Okay, you bring
I'll
in
throw
Ayuk.
Renfro right out the
I
fucking
know
door.
we're off topic right now, but you bring in Ayuk. Okay, that means you have to let Renfro go.
Gone. I'll
Deuces.
throw him right
We're
out.
already letting Renfro go.
Yeah,
Bye
He's
bye.
already gonna go.
so, hey, I get it, but
It's not like he's,
you
it's not like
got
he's been doing
salary
shit.
cap number.
Huh?
It's not like he's been doing shit. You know
Well,
what I mean?
Ayuk wants $15 million a year, I think.
Nah, you can't have that.
I'm sure. Like I said,
He's
hey,
at 11.5 right now.
if he wants to come and play for a team, he'll take that cut, dude. I'm telling you,
He has
players
to.
that want
He
to
has
look
to.
at the Chiefs, bro. Look at the Chiefs. How many fucking free agents go to the Chiefs on a cheap ass contract just because they want to play for the Chiefs?
That's
You
true.
got teams
That's true.
and players that are going out there and they're saying, "I want to play for this coach. I want to play for." They're not going to take a fucking expensive ass contract.
Let me ask you this: Are you
Is
going to
he
get
better
a
than
player
Coach?
though at the top of his career, or are you going to get a player at the back end of his career?
Ayuk's not at the back end of his career.
Nah,
a
he's not.
young
He's not back in.
That's what I'm saying.
Not at
Could
all.
that be like for a discount? Because a cat that's in his prime, if it's a
If you're
second
going to give
contract,
him a big count, you either give him a big number at the end of his contract or you give it all to him at the beginning of his contract. So there's going to be a year or two where he's going to have a small contract here. So, I mean, if you can work something out to where, like, hey, you come play for me and your second and third year, you're going to get this massive contract, if you play for me and do this, like,
Right.
but you play for these first 2 years on, like, an $11 million contract, your third year contract, dude, it's all yours. It's all guaranteed. You know what I mean?
I can see that.
Play something like that with them. And that's what they do when players want to play for a coach. They
Yeah.
want to play for a player. They want to play for a coach. And they want to play for a system. They care for their players. That's what they do. That's why the Chiefs are thriving, because they always have those players that want to come play for the Chiefs because they know they can win. They know they're a tough team. They're going to punch you in the mouth. They're going to come out. They're going to play.
It's because they want to
Now
play for the team, not because of the money,
They
bro.
want to come play on that fucking squad. They want to be a part of that Raiders team that comes and knocks these motherfuckers off of their high horse,
No,
So,
I get it.
It's not
Yeah.
about the money at that point. It's about they want to
It's
play
about
for
the
the
winning.
team. Yeah,
Yep.
it's about the winning. They want to play for the person they want to play for and be successful.
Yep.
Take a couple
Yeah,
million
that's
off
when
that
you-
shit, and now you fucking. That's why you have
And that's
successful
when you
teams.
find real football players right there. When you have
Yep.
people that are willing to come play for you and not just be like, hey, I'm going to go there for a big contract.
We had plenty of those. We already had enough of those.
People came and died. People
We
would
had
come
plenty.
and just
Richard
contract.
Seymour, fucking who
Seymour.
else? Fucking
Moss.
Randy Moss. Yeah, we've had plenty of
He
those.
was never
We
a
don't need
Raider.
that.
He was never a Raider.
He was never a Raider. Fuck
I
that
don't
guy.
think Richard Seymour was either.
Shoot.
No, Warren Sapp to a point.
Warren
I mean,
Sapp,
I
too.
love that dude, but he was to a point.
He was just
there's a
there.
lot of
He
players
was just
that are
there
like
to be
that.
there.
Yeah. All right. Yo, guys, so I'm going to reel it back in. We're going to get back on task now. Yo. So I
My
got
bad.
corner for the Chicago Bears. Okay. Jalen Johnson.
I'll be there in a sec, Tom.
I'm not opposed to it. I
Yeah.
think we could use a little bit more depth at corner. I don't want to spend big on corner. We've never really. Every time we spend big on corner, we always have problems with those corners. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So I don't want to go out in free agency and pick up all these corners on big deals and stuff like that. And look at J.C. Jackson. I'm not going out. He's the reason why I won't spend money on a cornerback. You might play good, but I'm not spending money like that on a corner. I can get somebody a little bit better for depth on that. I think we need more help at corner, like defensive line, but I kind of like where we were rolling with at the end of the year with our corners.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Tony B, would you take Bears cornerback Jalen Johnson as a free agent and add him to the Raiders this year?
I don't think I like that in that DB room, so I'm thinking that we really don't need that at the moment.
Okay.
Yep.
Gunny Raider, would you add him to our defensive squad?
Man, I swear to God, I never thought I'd say this, but Tony's 100% right about that DB room. Like, I think we're set. I think we're okay. We could add some depth, but no, I mean not you, Tony, specifically, but like
Tony's,
not you, Tony, but I'm talking about like Raiders.
the champ is here. The champ is here.
The champ is here, but what I'm saying is every time, for the last 30 years, I can remember, we've always had problems at corner. Always. Always. And I think it's weird. All of a sudden, we don't have that many palms at corner.
So hey, is Amik Roberts free agent this year?
He is, yeah. He might. I don't think he's
So
coming
that's
back.
the one dude that we lock up. If
If
right
they
there,
can.
that's the corner we're locking up.
If they can. I don't know. It sounds to me, just listen to him on podcasts and shit like that. When I saw him on the what is the Uso podcast,
News Nation?
with Samoan Raider and them guys.
Yeah.
It really didn't. It didn't sound like he was coming back. Does that make
really?
sense? Like it looked like
Yeah.
it seemed to me like he's looking for a bigger contract than what he's got. Now we might be able to give it to him, but I don't know if it's. Well, I love Amik Robertson, man. I love him, but
well, if we can't lock him up, then we definitely need to start looking at a corner. So I mean, maybe
if that's the case, for
I
sure.
just don't want to overspend on corner because, like you said, every year we fucking spend on corner, we fucking lose out, and that goes around the league too. It's not just us.
Pay Amik before you pay anybody else.
Exactly, and I'm in that boat too. If we're gonna pay any corner, let's pay that dude. He's a shining spot in that defense.
So,
Yeah, number 021, dude, that guy's a beast.
No, you're right. So we said, hey, we have to lock up Meek, right? Now, let me ask you about this name right here, okay? We said you don't need help, but what happens if you can't lock up Meek? You have to go out and get another guy. Why don't we hurt another team and we pick up Janarius Sneed from the Chiefs?
That's just getting big money, bro. That's just getting big money.
Yeah,
he's not gonna get him.
He's a dude that I think the Chiefs are going to sign anyways. Like, I don't even see him even going anywhere else. I think the Chiefs are going to resign.
You think they're going to resign him and let Chris Jones go?
Yeah, I don't think they take that swing on Chris Jones. If they take Chris Jones, they're going to lose out on like 5 other players on their team if they end up taking Chris Jones' contract.
Yep.
And if they take L'Jarius Sneed, they'll have a better chance of keeping 2 or 3 of those players versus, they'll let Chris Jones go. Chris Jones is going to get his big contract with the team. And then, I have a feeling he's going to have a drop-off year when he does it. But I don't think he's going to end up staying with the Chiefs. I think he's going to go. But I think L'Jarius Sneed is the one that they go after in the offseason.
Tony B, Janarius Sneed.
I think everything that was said was right. Like, I don't think he's going to go anywhere. I think he's going to be the one that they're going to focal point that they're going to try to keep. I don't think he hits the market.
Okay.
But if he does.
I see the reason why.
So what if he does? What if he does hit the market, though?
If he does hit the market, I'll try for it. I mean, there's not.
I'll go some bait on the hook and see if I can catch him.
I think he's one of those system guys. I think he's got to fit in the right system. So,
I agree.
I mean, if we have that system that he fits in, then bring him in. But I don't, that's if he hit. That's why I say I think he's going to stay at the Chiefs because he's more of a system guy. So.
Okay. Yo, Gunny Raider, are we taking Janarius Sneed if you're the GM?
Sneed's going to get paid, bro. He's going to get paid big. Sneed is like one of the most underrated players in the NFL. Nobody talks about him. How many times you heard everybody? It's always about Sauce. It's always about this guy. It's always about that guy. Never about L'Jarius Sneed, man. So he's super underrated, and he's going to get paid. Whether that be the Chiefs or somebody else, I don't think we can afford him, to be honest with you. But Sneed is a beast, bro. That dude can fucking play ball, man.
No, absolutely. And I think, like we said right now, if we don't lock up Meek, I think he'd be a great addition because he's a man-to-man guy. Mm-hmm. Now, here's the thing. The thing I like is that it hurts the Chiefs. I fucking hate the Chiefs, right? So I'd be like, if we could take one of their pieces and add it to our squad and it fits, I'm all about it. Whether it's Chris Jones, whether it's Janarius Sneed, whatever they want to let go, I think we have to see him and make a run at it, like you guys say. And if it's an affordable thing that it fits our system, that it fits our payroll,
I'm 100% agree with you on that. But a lot of Chiefs players, man, they don't like the Raiders, bro. And it's the same way, for the Raiders players. You see, if Max Crosby hit the market, you see Max Crosby going to the Chiefs? Yeah, I don't think.
I don't
Ain't no
see
fucking
Max
way.
Crosby ever hitting the
I'm just saying,
market.
like, put it in
Never
this
hit the
perspective.
market in the first
Max
place.
Crosby was to hit if Max Crosby was to hit the market, do you see him going and playing for the Chiefs with as
Nah.
much hated rivalry that he's had with them for the past
Bro,
Nah,
5
he,
years?
he's gonna go to like
If
Tampa or
Max
some bullshit.
Crosby
You know what I mean?
was to go to the Chiefs, fucking Raider Nation has imploded, and there is no longer a podcast because guess
Hey,
what? Is
That dude would go.
literally
He'd go to like the New York Jets or Tampa or some shit. He
but don't
wouldn't
forget,
see West.
I'm
don't
just saying,
forget
like,
Rodney Hudson. Rodney
Yeah.
Hudson came over
Right.
from the Chiefs and
You're
fucking
right. You're
thrived
right.
and got paid.
You're right. Hey, fucking Marcus Allen did it
Well,
from us to them.
there's another guy that made him. Dude,
yeah.
I think who did we get from? Dude, we
But he
got
hated
guys
the
that came
Raiders.
over from other teams
Hey,
too. I mean,
Rich
it's
Gannon.
good.
Wasn't Rich
Look at
Gannon with the
Jamal
Chiefs?
Williams. Okay, that
Rich
dude's
Gannon was
not
a
like a
Chief,
big
no?
name. He's not a big name. But think about this. That dude ain't gonna ever go play for the Chiefs.
What?
He's already posted that on his fucking shit. One team I will never
Hey,
play
what
for is the fucking
wasn't
Chiefs.
Rich Gannon the Chief? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
What's that? I'm not saying that other team players ain't been Chiefs. I'm just saying, like, most of the time when you're a heated rival and you're in those fucking moments, you don't play for those other
Nah,
teams.
you don't
It's
want to play.
very
The
rare
Max
that
Crosby definitely
I
wouldn't
think
play
it's
for the Chiefs.
so. I think it's.
Hey,
I
don't
think it's
forget
opposite. I think it's
another
more
rival to
rare
rival.
for guys to make a stand like that because the guys are like they're looking at their contract. There's only 32 teams that are going
That's
to
true.
offer you a contract. So I'd be like, if you think about it, to make a stand and say, "Hey, I'm going to eliminate a team," that means you only have 31 teams. So
Yeah,
I
less
think
than
it's
that.
harder for them to be, and it's their professional job.
Right.
You know, I mean, like if you think about it, like if you're a carpenter or you're a welder, bro, you're gonna go where they treat you better, where they pay you more, where they treat you right.
right.
So I
That's
think
true.
it's the same for them. It's a business. You know,
Right.
they don't go and say, hey,
I got companies I won't fucking work for. Though. I'll tell you right now, there's
That's
companies.
true too.
I had 32 companies. I got 31 now because there's 30. There's some that I ain't gonna work for.
No, absolutely, yeah. But
Yep.
I think it's a personal thing too, right?
That's
So-
what I'm coming from. Like
There's
it's
a
more of
there's a billion
personal
companies I
thing
won't work for.
situation.
But I think that's why I said. But I think it's more rare that they make that stand. That they say, no, I won't go play for that team because they're also have such a smaller scape of jobs.
Right.
You know, I mean, like again, when there's only 32 teams, that's it. You know, when we got companies, bro, if I was working at a burger joint, there's 5,000 burger joints where I can go flip
Well,
the
there's
burgers.
Canadian football too, bro. There's indoor football. There's flag football. There's all kinds of football out there.
Yeah.
There's soccer football.
Yo, so we'll get back on task again, guys. Yo, I got Daniel Hunter, defensive end, outside linebacker for the Vikings. He has a injury prone. He's injury prone. He's had injury issues. He's coming on 30 years old. So I'll be like, he's a little bit older guy. You add a guy like that?
Yeah, he's a dude that I would add for depth. You know, he's notorious for injuries, so but he's good when he's on the field and he can be productive. But I'm bringing him in for depth if I can on him, and he's a dude that you can probably get on a decent contract.
Okay. Tony.
The one thing I've noticed that's been a common theme with everybody that you said so far was injury prone.
Yeah, a lot of these guys are injury
Have
prone.
you- Like, and I mean, it's kind of crazy that yes, it is a lot faster, harder game, and there's a lot more injuries. Don't get me wrong, you're gonna get hurt, but man, it's like we gotta find someone that just don't pop up one of the first things.
Exactly, because we got some of these dudes, like you even look at some of these guys that they bring in free agency, and they get into the off season in the first fucking week of training camp, they blow their ACL.
That's
don't
why
even
they're free
see-
agents, bro.
You know, that's what I'm talking
why they're
about.
free agents.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
So
you know,
they're-
like when you bring in these guys and you pay them all this money, and they come in, and then bam, they fucking hurt themselves the first day of practice. It's like there's
Any
nothing you
free
can do
agent is
now.
already damaged goods. So any free agent you got is damaged goods. Because you got a player that good, nobody's letting go. So we're already picking up damaged goods. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
if we're talking about free agents, it's like you're picking up potential to somebody who could fit in the right spot to be the good player that you need in that spot. If they're injury prone, it's going to be that because that's why they're fucking free agents. You know what I mean? It just is what it is, you know? But
Right.
if they weren't injury prone, they were lighting the
There's
world
some
on
in
fire.
here that
They
aren't
wouldn't be
injury
a free
prone
agent.
though. I mean, some of them are in here for contracts. You know, like they're
That's
not
true
gonna.
too.
Some of
That's
them are
true
in here
too.
for teams that they don't want to play for no more. Like
That's
the
true too.
Panthers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Like
wouldn't want to
I'm
play
not
for
gonna
that
waste
shit.
my time playing for the Panthers when I know they ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna go test the
I
market
mean, I
right
would.
now.
I would.
But
You gonna pay me some money? I'll play for the fucking Panthers.
Fuck, I will too. Bro. Fucking shit. Be a fucking ball boy, dude. Fucking help me
What
out,
kind of
man.
money we talking about, baby?
Yeah.
QB12, Gutty Raider out there.
Fuck, I would take the fucking practice squad fucking money right now.
100%.
right. Fuck.
Val, go ahead, girl. I saw you raising your
I
hand.
have a Raider T-shirt underneath, but on my pads I should have said Panthers like a motherfucker.
I support single dads. That's
I
what
support single
that's what I'm gonna give all my cheerleaders.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
So, Val, go ahead, girl.
I forgot.
I forgot.
Yo. All right, guys. So we said linebacker, and I really like this name that just popped up right now. Patrick Queen from the freaking Baltimore Ravens. The dude is an absolute beast. We know that he doesn't have like a bunch of injury issues.
Yep.
Bro, he's going to be 24 years old.
Young.
Patty B.
A lot of.
Yes.
Somebody else go with this one.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Val. Go ahead. You already started. Young, talented, fast, aggressive, an absolute monster. Yes. And that's why I would say, Patrick Quinn, why are you not a Raider right now? If I'm AP, I'm sweet. I'm telling him, hey, baby, I'm going to make you into a beast. I played this spot. Let me show you how it's done, son. Let me take you to the bowl. Because that dude is an absolute monster game changer that is going to make our defense. Bro, you got Devon Diablo, you got Spillane, and you add Patrick Queen?
What's his price? Like, what's
Monster.
I don't know what his asking price is, but I mean, the man had 133 tackles last year. 133 tackles for Patrick Queen, Tony B.
Sideline to sideline linebacker.
That is for me, like, hey, he's tackling everybody. He's tackling your mama. He's tackling your grandmama. He's tackling everybody.
Everybody gets it. Everybody gets it.
Tell me, when's the last time we had a guy like that?
Right.
Kurt Morrison. I'm going to tell you the last time we had a dude like that.
Morrison, maybe.
Bro. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I mean, like,
Beaker.
Burgess.
Beaker's middle linebacker.
when you said a piece that would put our defense on steroids,
Yeah,
this might be a piece.
That'd be a great addition.
And I think we can get him at an affordable price.
Yeah.
Perfect addition, actually. That should be a perfect
Book
addition.
it.
Now, the Ravens, they own under contract with them right now.
No, he's a free agent,
right? So they can't tag him or anything.
I'm telling you like this, March 1st, AP, I'm giving him the ring on the bat phone, and I'm saying, yo, you got to call Patrick Quinn, baby, let's get him.
You got to. That's a perfect addition.
And I can see Telesco. Saying it. Hey, man, you bring in a Mike Backer like that. This is a Mike Backer, guys. This is a true dude.
Yeah, that's the quarterback of your defense right there.
So for me, he's a yes. You guys obviously heard my chant. You heard me say what I thought.
I'm all in for Patrick Queen if we get him at a good price. Like, I don't want to overspend on him and then fucking not be able to spend on anything else.
So I'm going to say like this, okay? There's going to be certain guys that you can overspend on, but you have to know what you're getting.
Yeah.
Okay? If you're sure that this guy's going to be a hit, that this guy's going to be a fit, that he's going to be a great addition to our team, then I said we say, okay, you know what? I might overspend a little bit. He might be the one free agent that I say, look, I'm going to spend a little bit more on. Because if he's that much of a game changer, then I'll do it. But again, you have to feel like that. But I see what you're saying too. He has to come in at the right price.
Yeah, he's got to come in at the right price. He's a good linebacker. He's great, man. He's fucking linebacker. He's a sideline to sideline linebacker. You know. he fucking intercepted the ball on you. You know, like he around,
bro.
But
He's a stud.
My thing is the Ravens can't tag him, right?
Nope.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. I didn't know if they could tag him or not. You know,
No, I got you.
on that. But yeah, I'm not opposed to fucking getting Patrick Queen on our team, and I think he'd be a fucking great addition as well.
Shoot. Yo, Tony B.
You got to make that one happen as soon as possible.
Oh,
that would be the one weakness that I see on our defensive side of the ball is our linebacker core.
No,
and that would be a tremendous boost with a locker room presence that would be able to show a tackling machine that we would need to vibe off of.
Yep. No, I got you. All right, guys. The next name here, Leonard Williams, defensive lineman for the Seahawks.
I don't know anything about him.
So he went from the Jets to the Bills, right?
Giants.
To the Giants. He was a guy that was drafted high in the first round.
And he wanted to be a Raider.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
a Raider fan since he's a SoCal guy.
Yeah, LA.
So let me ask you this. Tony, you add Leonard Williams to the Raiders right now?
I would not.
Ooh.
And this is why. If you notice, a lot of the times, his attitude gets flags. He doesn't play with... He plays with an aggression, but a reckless aggression that gets flagged too much. If he was able to tone it down somewhat, he just seems like he's getting useless flags for trying to instigate, pushing, shoving matches after the play. And I don't think that his stats overshine that aspect of his game. So,
all right. Yo, Gunny.
I love that, Bobo. Actually, I never even thought of that. You're right. You're 100% right. When I first thought of it, I was like, yeah, of course you add him. And you pretty much hit it on the head. I was like, man, maybe we don't know. You made me think about it in a different way. 100%. You're right. So I'm going to say no.
Hey,
Bobo hitting that spot.
Yo, the champ is back.
The champ
is back.
Let's go.
Hey, so I agree with Tony. The reason I agree with Tony is this, okay?
Because I'm right.
He does get a lot of flags, but I'm going to add something, Tony. He's over 30. He's past his prime. Bro, I'm tired of bringing washed up guys to the Raiders. Like, all these guys past their prime, and you go like, oh, yeah, coming to the Raiders, you're going to relive it. We're going to freaking make you so much better because we did it with Blanda in the 70s and this guy in the 80s.
Blanda in the 70s.
And guess what? I ain't seen a Super Bowl since the 70s or the 80s because we keep doing the same shit.
Yeah. Bro, you're so fucking funny about that. Dude, motherfuckers are still living in that shit. That's why we keep bringing back John Gruden and fucking. That's why we keep bringing back old ass coaches and shit. Exactly.
How many coaches have we brought back? Like we have like the league.
Art Shell came back twice.
Yeah.
Art Shell
again.
Gruden.
Oh, we living in the past, baby.
I mean, like, you ain't lying.
We love living in the past in this Raider Nation.
Calling for Del Rio to come back. Like, damn.
I mean, like, bro, I'm gonna tell you like this. If it didn't work the first time with your ex, why the fuck are you keep going back?
It ain't gonna work again.
No,
I know that shit very well.
Hey, look, now it's just like, yo, I'll be like, yo, if it's broken, it's broken.
This ain't gonna work in the second time.
That's something that's broken, man. So, yo, let's look at defensive end, outside linebacker, Bryce Hough from the Jets. Tony B?
Jets.
I'd say no.
Nope. Gunny?
I'm gonna go with Bobo on that, man. I don't think Defensive end, linebacker. I don't know. I mean, I'm just going with Boba on this one because Boba said no, but I got to think about it a little bit, and I don't think it's probably a good fit.
Well, and the reason I'm going to say is because it's not as good fit, but I agree with Boba is because of his injury issues. Okay, like again, we keep saying guys that have injury issues, right? We don't want that. So, hey, if you keep having these guys that, hey, you obviously have.
So this guy's more of like a substitutional guy. He's not really even a starter. He's more of a like sub package guy,
like a role player.
Yeah, he's not one of those dudes. He had his first like good year this year. Was like his first like best year he's had, but he's not like he's not a role player. He's not a one of those starting guys. He's just a role player. You know, he comes in and out of certain packages. He did good. He had 10 sacks this year out of those packages, but
Val, can you stop eating that shit in front of me? That shit looks. I mean, come on now.
That looks good, Val. You're making that fucking concha look good right now.
Hey, man, I didn't hear a fucking word you just said because I see you Val eating that goddamn
Val's
fucking
there, like,
concha,
bro.
bro.
I was like looking at it too, and I'm like, bro.
I'm so glad I went
coffee with, or a little coffee,
put that
a
shit
little
away, bro. No one wants to see that. That shit looks good as fuck.
Again, I need coffee with this.
That shit looks great, dude.
Yo, but like Matt said, this dude's a situational guy, a guy that's not going to be in the whole game. And then we add the injury prone to him. He's just not Raider material.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to bring him in on a fucking low contract, I'm not going to say no. But, you know, like you talk depth, that's a dude you could add for depth. Because you know you're not going to get 100% out of that dude every time. But you're going to have somebody that's a solid backup or somebody that can come in certain plays and situations. So, me, I'd put him on my team. You know, he's a dude that can, you know, make a difference in certain areas. So you want to add depth to it instead of going after these big name dudes. That's a dude you could look at.
Yeah, no, I agree. Now talking about big name dudes, guys. Chase Young, defensive end, San Francisco 49ers.
We're playing Madden now.
Gunny already started. So go ahead. Are you bringing him on the Raiders?
Man, how the fuck do you say no? It's the same thing with Jones, right? I came in here like yes. And then, but you got to start thinking about it and say, I don't know. I really don't know if he's going to get paid. He's definitely getting paid somewhere.
Go ahead, Matt.
I think if we bring him in, it's more of an outside linebacker role because of the defensive ends that we have right now. I don't see us going away from keeping Malcolm Kuntz where he's at. I think he really showed a lot this year that the AP is fucking Graham is. I think Graham really likes Kuntz, so I don't see him really like replacing Kuntz on that line. If they do anything, they're going to add depth to that line. They're not going to replace the dudes they already have.
Hey, he's better than
Boba. I would sign him if the price is right. I don't think he's gonna come at a small enough price tag.
No.
So he's gonna run into the same situation as all the other high price guys that we talked about. So it's more of the ones is like you flip a coin, you figure out which one you're gonna roll with, and you gotta if you think he's gonna be that dude, you gotta pay that dude kind of money. You know what I'm saying?
Like, not only that, there were times in the playoff games with the Niners that he didn't even show up.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you guys something. I'm on the opposite team here. Let me stand up. Let me get stretched out. Let me tell you guys why fucking this guy is not made Raiders material. Okay? I ain't never seen a man fucking quit in the fucking Super Bowl, but I literally saw that dude quit on his team. I don't want that dude on my team. Because I'm gonna tell you like this. If you line that dude up across this way from Max Crosby, who's giving you 150%, and this dude lollygags it, they are gonna fuck this dude up. I mean, that locker room is gonna be brutal.
Not only the locker room, but the fan base, bro. You got to get cut. The fan base. Our fans will fucking tell you.
He'll get cut.
You suck, dude. Yeah. You fucking suck. You'll have Vegas Ralph out there with a sign saying you took him out. Get him out of the game.
That dude.
Fuck
That
that
dude
guy.
cracked
APO
me
cut
the
him.
fuck up, bro. That dude.
No,
Good
but I
guy.
mean,
Good guy. Tailgated with him a bunch of times. But man, I swear,
That shit was
cracks
wild,
me
right?
up.
no,
I
yeah,
just go like, I understand, people like you're at the spot and the signs, but I swear, like if whatever his sign is works, is the worst thing that could happen because now it's gonna be, he did it. It was my sign made that shit work. Like, no, dude, they were gonna do
His
that
sign
shit
made it
anyways.
happen.
oh
That shit's
shit,
gonna happen regardless. Mark Davis just takes his fucking time. We already found that out.
Right.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Hey,
yo,
my daughter's pulled up. I gotta roll out, fellas and ladies. I gotta take care of some business, yo.
Peace, brother.
All
all
right,
right, peace.
one up.
See you later, Boba. Yo, so Gunny.
Yo,
Now I got Leonard Floyd from the Bills, defensive tackle or defensive end, outside linebacker.
man, you said defense. Nah, you said outside linebacker. Again, he falls into the same
Same
for
thing with
what I said
Patient.
with the outside linebacker. Yeah, I don't think it's a definite need, and he's probably gonna come at a higher price, so it might not work out.
Yep, I got you. So
No, I was just gonna say the exact same thing Gunny just said. So he's one of those dudes who's gonna come in at a high price and he's gonna want it. He plays on a decent defense right now and he's pretty good at what he does. But like I said, you're gonna bring that dude in and you're gonna push Malcolm Kuntz back down to second place, or second string on your team. And I think if you push Kuntz down, I think he's gonna ask for a trade. So I think
Yeah, and I also don't
we
think
go
he's
with
much better than Kuntz.
Yeah, and I agree with you on that too. I don't think he's really that much better than Kuntz. I think Kuntz could really actually.
Chase Young is better than Kuntz, but
What's that?
this guy's. I don't think he's much better than Kuntz.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that.
So I think Leonard Floyd, if he comes in at a decent price, would be a great addition to our pass rush. But again, I see you guys saying like, "Hey, do we need
He's
him?"
getting paid.
Nah,
He's getting
we don't
paid.
need him.
Yeah,
I'm like, and now if he comes to us at a good discount, he's like, "Hey, I need a job." I'm like, "Yo, look,
I need a job.
you know what I'm saying?" But I mean, like, I'm not going out there. It's like, okay, it's like when you go to the club and you see this one girl and you're like, you know what?
Preach.
And she's coming around and you're just like,
Is it worth the trouble?
yes.
Is it worth the trouble?
Exactly. And
Do I
for
want to
me,
see
when I
Connor
see
Cumberland?
this guy, it's just gonna be, for me, it could bring more trouble to my team than it is gonna help. Not that he's a troublesome player, but we already have that position filled. And then, like you said, if Malcolm feels like, yo, you just put me on the B team.
Yeah, after I just showed you everything, fucking, I can thrive in your system and I can do shit. Give me a full fucking season under fucking PG.
Yeah.
And I'll
Absolutely.
show you what I can do. I think he's gonna be that dude that matches Crosby's intensity. When it comes all down to it, I think Kuntz is the best guy, only because he's played with him for so many years now that I think he's the only dude on the team right now that can match his intensity when it comes to playing on that defense.
Exactly.
Guys, I think we're in a great spot defensively, man. Like, just to go off topic real quick, but now we just build through free agency. Keep the guys you need to keep. Excuse me. Now we can build through draft.
Mm-hmm.
Keep the guys you need to keep. Bring in the cheap young players. Depth, and we can. Dude, that defense is good, man. It's very
Did you
good.
say cheap young players?
Say again.
Did you say cheap young players?
Yeah, cheap young players. The free agents. I'm sorry, the rookies is what I'm saying. Rookie drafters.
Draft.
No, I something else. I thought you said cute young players. I was like, wait, what?
Oh yeah, that's what we need. That's what we need. We need the fucking cuties to
Let's
come
get
in here
off
and play for
topic
the
here
Raiders.
for a minute.
Hey, a little bit more off topic. Hold on. Hey,
What the fuck? Right,
let's get
yeah,
on
that's what we need,
Jimmy
Val.
and
More fucking
BD,
cuties.
David.
More cuties. That's exactly what I was talking about. Why wouldn't I be talking about cuties?
More cuties make a team.
I just had to clear my own,
You know what, though? Defensively, I agree with you, Gunny. that we are stout, that we have a lot of pieces, but I still think that because of the fact that we haven't, with the Meek, we haven't locked them up. You have to be able to say, hey, if another team offers them more than what we want to offer them, where do we have to go with it?
They're gonna let him free agent. He's good, bro. Meek Robinson's good. He's gonna get more money than you think. He's gonna get a lot of money, bro.
I think we're gonna lock him up, dude. I honestly think that's
think so
one
too.
position. I think AP he wants to keep this team solidified the way it was because they played together great. Everybody on that team. There's certain players that we're going to get rid of, and a lot of those players are going to be on the offensive side of the ball. They're not going to be on the defensive side of the ball. And if we do, they're going to be players that have been hurt and haven't been playing to their potential. So we're going to end up going a lot of I tell you right now, a lot of our free agency is probably going to be on the offensive side of the ball.
Guaranteed.
I don't really see us picking up a lot of defensive side players unless they're more for the depth. We're going to, I think, what Gunny said, he hit that on the head. They're going to build through the draft now. We have our core players. We have our team. We get our quarterback. We're one or two pieces away at that point from being a Super Bowl contender. You know what I mean? So I think we're all pretty much on the same pages. We just need to build through the draft and get more.
I agree with you guys that we need to get more depth, but I still think there's some key free agent pieces that we can pick up so that we can perform, to the max, and especially at linebacker. At linebacker, like we said, picking up a Mike linebacker
we pick up
as a rookie is very difficult. A rookie guy that's going to command the huddle, that's going to come in at 22 years old, wet behind the ears, and come out and tell a 34-year-old fucking gorilla that, hey,
Well, how many of them do you see come out of college to do that?
Yeah.
There's not very many linebackers that come out of college and are just like straight out the gate, I'm busting in your mouth and I'm the best linebacker there is, It takes 2 to 3 years to develop a badass linebacker.
So that's why I think bringing in that Mike linebacker is key.
That's why I say if you're going to go on defense and you're going to do that, you go with a Patrick Queen and you spend your money on Patrick Queen, or a defensive lineman. Because if you want to stay with the core of linebackers you have right now and keep those guys intact, you build on the defensive line so you can get to the quarterback faster, which gives you time to cover more in the backfield. You don't have to be great to cover them in the backfield as long as you put pressure on the quarterback.
True.
So if you build off of your defensive line and add to that defensive line and build that motherfucker to where people are going to be terrified to fucking face you, the linebackers are going to be all right. And I think they can play a little bit better in those positions. They'll have more time to think about what they're doing and coverages.
No, absolutely.
But if you're going to go linebacker, then I think you need to bring in more depth to the defensive line and bring back Jenkins, bring back what's the other dude? Sorry, I don't know why I can't remember his name. Tillery. Bring back Tillery and Jenkins. Those are, and then just bring back some guys to fill in behind them and fill it up that way. And then that way you have your linebacker that is solid. You're not going to throw in coverage towards that linebacker. You're going to watch the runs and shit like that. That's the guy they're going to be paying attention to. So you go after a line, like I said, you go after a linebacker, you pay the money to do that, and then you build your defensive line that, and then you go after big guys like that in the draft. Build your defensive line.
I get what you're saying. I get where you're coming from. All right, guys. Hey, let's move on. Okay.
What's up, Val?
Val.
I said makes sense.
Yeah. Hey, like we said, there's so many different ways to do it. They're just hey, right now we think this, but does it mean AP's thinking the same? Does it mean Telesco's thinking the same? It doesn't. This is where it gets so interesting.
Well, and another thing I read too was that Telesco has final say so in all of the transactions that happen. So it's not AP that has final say so. This is Telesco's team.
Yep.
When it comes to the draft and it comes to free agents. Now AP can pound his fist for guys that he wants, but
Telesco has to agree.
Telesco has that last call. So that's the thing right now. Can these two guys work together and fucking make shit happen? Will he convince him to move up in the draft and get his quarterback he needs? Going to convince him to, hey, I'm going to pound my table for this dude because I know I've worked with this dude or I've seen this dude play, and then what does Telesco?
No, I agree.
So,
and that's where it gets interesting. So we gotta watch and we gotta see, and that's why it's like, yo, there's so many things that can happen.
I think that's what a lot of things when it came down to like Champ Kelly.
Yeah,
I think Champ Kelly is one of those guys that they looked at as he would more agree with what the coach would say versus what he would actually do off the gut. And I think that's a lot of his downfall is the fact that, like you think about the quotes that he was talking about when it came to Jack Jones, and he's looking at it, if you read between the lines, you're like, he went to him and he told Champ Kelly, hey, I want this kid, don't pass him up. And he's like, I don't know, like he's got a background, this and that. Then he signed him.
I get
you know what I'm saying? And so, like, I think Mark Davis looked at things like that when it came to the way AP pounded for these players or brought these guys in and shit like that, that it was more AP having the final say so with Champ Kelly. And I think Mark Davis wants that general manager.
Well, that, and I think what we're looking at is that Mark wanted somebody with experience. I mean, like, he didn't want an inexperienced guy leading an inexperienced coach with an inexperienced guys at every position. So
Right.
I think what he said, hey, you know what, I'm going to bring experienced guys that have done it and kind of settled in. But like I said, we'll bring it back in.
Yeah,
We'll go through this list. Hey, we're going to go Patriots, Kyler Duggar, safety. I don't think we need a safety. I think, like, if we were to pick up a guy for that type of spot, I think we can definitely pick him up in the draft. I don't see a guy that's like, he's kind of like a mixed hybrid. He's a guy that can play in the box. He's a guy.
I think he's better in the box than he is playing the deep.
I agree. So, I mean, like, for me, he's the hybrid outside linebacker, and I'm like, you know what? We have those. We have Divine Diablo. He's a hybrid. We just put him at linebacker because he's 235 pounds. So I'm like, they're the same dimensions, same type of player. So why would you bring in another player with that? I'm like, you don't want two of the same. You want guys that can do different things. So that's for me. All right, that's a no. All right.
Same thing with Kendall Fuller. He's next on the list. So.
Kendall Fuller.
Who?
Kendall Fuller is a cornerback for the Washington Commanders. He's next on the list. This guy, I'm just like, again, we're deep at that spot. If we re-sign a Meek, I mean,
he's a cornerback I can see us going after if we don't sign a Meek.
I can see that
I could
too.
definitely see us going and I try to pick up Fuller if we don't get a Meek. But there's gonna be a lot of teams out there looking to get Fuller. I believe he's a pretty decent corner.
Well, and then he's going to come in at a decent price, and that's where we're talking like, hey, you know what? You're not going to pay an arm and a leg to get this guy to come to your team.
So then it's going to be on where it's pretty much going to end with him deciding where he wants.
Yeah, I mean, like, so this guy, I mean, like, he's a little bit older, he's a little bit more seasoned, he's been around, but we just, like I said, Val, we've been talking all day that our cornerback room is actually one of the strengths of our defense. So I mean, like, in that room, I don't think we need another guy unless we don't sign somebody and then we have to get another guy.
Right.
So now we got, and I like this guy a lot, but he's just older now. And he's that linebacker that we're looking forward to, Levante David. He plays for the Bucks. He's older, but the guy's an absolute beast. Plays well, doesn't get injured. He's just been a guy that has been solid for the Bucks for years. So
he's like in his early 30s, maybe.
Yep, I think he's
maybe his late 20s, early 30s.
I think he's 31, 32.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, we can get a year or two out of him. I can see him coming in at a cheaper price, being a holdover, kind of a filler, and saying, hey, you know what? Let me show you how it's done, young.
I think he's a dude, like you say, they could come in and, like, be that. Or, if we could put him with Spillane and Diablo.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just like, I mean, him and Patrick Queen are probably the two best linebackers, I think, that are coming out in free agency.
Yeah,
So,
I agree with you right now. I agree with you 100%.
so if we can land one of those two linebackers, we solidify our whole, like we pretty much change a lot of our defense right there. And we change a lot of the way other teams play against us now. So,
well, and it takes care of one of our weaknesses.
Mhm.
Again, we keep saying we have to upgrade our weaknesses, and linebacker is one of the tougher spots. You're a leader on the team. I mean, Val, how many times have you been at work and somebody that comes in and they're going to be like, hey, that person's younger than you, inexperienced, like, but they're going to be your boss. How many times have you probably been like, yeah, you can kiss my ass? No comment.
I'm kidding.
She's like, no comment. She's like, well, I'm trying to keep my job. I'm just kidding.
In the past, yeah, like when I used to work in the restaurant industry, yeah, I get that. I get it.
Yep. I mean, like, you're absolutely right. It's hard because you have older people that they have expectations. They've done it longer. They know what they're doing. You got to talk to them a certain way and do things a certain way.
Mhm.
Dolphins outside linebacker Andrew Ben Ginkel, okay, is the next guy. This guy, I like the way he plays, but I said outside linebacker. I don't think we need an outside linebacker hybrid. I think we need an inside linebacker. So I would pass on him. He's young. He's a great talent. I mean, like, he has a great story from what I've seen. But for me,
Right.
he got like something with his kids or something like that, or his kid, or that's absolutely 100% sure. But I was watching it.
So he's one of those guys that you bring in for certain situations. So he's not a full-time starter.
He's a pass
He's
rusher.
he's a guy that's going to come in certain packages. I'm not opposed to getting him on our team. He's a good run stopper. He's got, he was coming on a little bit last year, so I mean, like I said, I'm not opposed to him. Give him a decent, he comes in at a decent price, and you could use him as a filler piece, in certain situations, and you don't have to rely on him being the starter. So,
Yeah. No, I agree
I'm
with
cool
you.
with it. I'm all right with it.
All right. Huh. This is a guy you got to see a lot down there in Texas. Texans defensive end, Jonathan Grenard. Again, guy that plays defensive end. I think we have depth at that spot. And if you're going to bring this guy on, might as well just pay Malcolm Kuntz. Just pay Malcolm Kuntz. Why are we going to bring a guy from the outside to mess with that room that isn't going to really add anything to us?
Mhm.
Me, I'm like, I say, hey, I'm like, I like you, kid, but I just let you pay us. I'm like, we already have depth in that room.
I agree with you on that. I think the Texans re-sign him. He goes good with Will Anderson, and I think what the Texans are doing down there right now, they're going to try to keep everything they have together. Again, so I really don't think we're even going to have a chance of signing that. We had the chance.
No, I can see what you're saying. And you know what? We got last but not least, okay? Cowboys corner. Oh no, we got a couple more. Okay, never mind. Hey, we got Cowboys corner, Stephon Gilmore. He's too old for me, man.
Hey, I'm not.
He's too old. Bro, at 33, bro.
He still plays though.
I know how he's waking up, grubbing down with the Bengay. Bro, I mean, like, he's tired. I mean, at 33, bro, at 33 in the NFL, you are old.
You are.
How's his performance though?
What was Charles Woodson when he retired?
35.
Exactly. So,
but dude, that's a rare player. It's a rare player.
I'm telling you right now, dude, Stephon Gilmore is he's one of those rare players, bro. He can play. That dude can still put up numbers. He can still cover. He ain't no chump. I'd bring him in on a decent contract. You know what I mean? If you're not gonna re-sign Meek, there's no reason why you don't try for Stephon Gilmore.
No, I
We've
got you.
already, I think we've already might have even tried for him one or two times with maybe either free agency or like
No, we
trade
have.
trade deadline shit.
Yeah, we have.
I think we've tried to pick him up a couple times. I think it's either him not wanting to come play for us, or there's just something we couldn't reach to get him. So I don't see why we don't try for him if we don't sign Meek.
No, I got you. Okay, let's move on to number 21. I don't know if Val's still there. Nope. Okay. Hey, at number 21, I got Commanders Cam Curl. Okay. Cam Curl, bro. I mean, like, I really don't see him being a great addition. Again, it's a safety. It's a guy that we have guys that are built like that. I don't see him adding a different dimension to the team. I mean, like, I love Morig. I think him and who did we have playing safety?
Oh, we had Marcus Epps.
Marcus Epps are both tremendous players on that backside. And honestly, to add another guy like this, it's gonna rub some feathers wrong. Unless we go into a 3 high safety look.
I was gonna say, if you go into a 3 high safety look, then you bring this dude in because you could even use this dude in as even if you were to lose a guy, he could come in and fill in right away. He's one of those safeties step in for injured players and shit, and he's good. Merrick's good. I'm not gonna lie, but he's got problems in certain spots, and I'm not holding anything against him. I'm not saying he's a bad player by any means, but he's got flaws that he's got to work on, and he has had injury histories, man. That wrist that he has, you can't play your whole season, every season with a fucking cast on your hand.
Yeah.
And try to intercept balls and shit like that because you drop a lot of them when you got a cast on your hands.
And you know what? You just said something too. Like, Trayvon Merrick has that injury history. Okay. But this next name, for some reason, like, it just popped off to me. Okay. It says Ravens Geno Stone. Mm-hmm. Geno Stone has progressively gotten better. And this guy is a ball hawk. I mean, a guy that will go and make plays and make a difference. Now, that type of safety I can see coming in, okay? Because if we're saying, hey, Trayvon Merrick is not the guy, I could really see Geno Stone coming in and making a run at that spot and solidifying our safeties. Him and Epps on top, I'd be like that. Those two guys can play. Yep. So it would make it so we got coverage, guys. Merrick is he's a
Merrick is
he's a 50-50.
Yeah, he's kind of one of those 50-50 guys. He's either I see a lot of him reading a lot of plays wrong sometimes when it comes down to your reads. He'll either drop in coverage and allow a guy to get behind him and they catch the deep ball, or he backs up and covers the dude in the back when he should have stepped up and got the guy down low where he throws it. And that's where he needs to get a little better in sense, is kind of more, it's more him, honestly, to tell you the truth, of your gut choice and your gut feeling, so Merrick can be good.
Oh yeah.
There was a lot of teams looking at Merrick when he was getting drafted. And,
absolutely.
The Cowboys were one of them. They wanted him really, really bad.
Well, he's at a TCU, right?
Yeah. So, he's one of those players, man. He can be really good. It's just, can he fix those little problems that he has, and can he keep his bones healthy? That hand that he's always got covered is one thing that irritates me with Merrick. It's like,
no, I
keep
get
that
you.
Fucking hand out of a cast, bro. I've seen you hit that ball hit you in the chest with that fucking cast. And I've seen him intercept it with the cast, but there's plenty of them that he could have caught if he didn't have that cast.
I got you. All right, let's move on. We got Panthers linebacker Frankie Louvu. Okay. I mean, like, the guy wasn't a consistent starter. He's only been starting 2 years. He's a developmental guy. I don't see us bringing this guy in free agency. I mean, like, yes, he is a linebacker. It is a position of need. I just don't see this guy adding value to our team. But I may be wrong again. Maybe they see something they like. But, I mean, he's He's a sideline to sideline guy, but he's just, for me, he's not the mold that we need. He's not the guy that we need at linebacker. We need a leader. We need a guy that the guys can look at in the huddle and say, like, yo, that guy got me. Like, that guy's going to command the huddle. That guy's going to command the field. I just don't see this guy being that type of guy. So, Maddie?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I could bring him in for depth. I don't know if he fits the mold of the Raider way, but maybe there is something that they see like he's. I don't really know too much about him, so I didn't really pay attention too much to Panthers besides, like Brian Burns and shit like that. But other than that, like I don't really know too much about the Panthers or what their players are because I don't really follow them too much. No, I would bring him in on if he's one of those players that you can develop. Maybe he's one of those late bloomers.
Yeah.
There are those guys that come in late and fucking shine at the end. So maybe he's one of those dudes.
Oh, I got you.
Look at. I mean, just take this for example. Look at Robert Spillane last year.
You could. You know what? You're right. I mean, like nobody thought that guy was going to be the beast that he is, and he came in and he showed everybody. I was even dancing with Mama Spillane in the tailgate at J-Lot. Let's go. So, hey, we got Eagles defensive lineman Fletcher Cox. No, he's too old.
He is too old, but dude can still play.
He can play?
Dude is still dominant, man, up front. And he could add, like I said, if you're not going after a linebacker, go after defensive linemen, and he is one of those defensive linemen that can disrupt players, that can let your defensive edge. Okay.
And he's not injury prone. He's a guy that can, he's going to play. What's up, Bob?
So if his performance is well and he's not injury prone, why wouldn't you?
He's just more of the age is what Will's worried about, because once you get to a certain age and you're a big dude like that, your production falls off a lot. But
yeah.
Like I said, that like I was countering him just now is I don't think that's going to hurt or affect him too much. This dude's been playing for a long time.
No, and you're right.
He's going to come at a decent contract, too. He's not going to demand a high-dollar contract.
That's where I'm at with it. So, now, if he's going to demand, like, back-in-the-day money?
Yeah, he's not worth back-in-the-day money. And I think there's a lot of Eagle players right now that are going to leave the Eagles in some sort of fashion. I think a lot, this year really kind of hit them a lot, or what do you say? Kind of really woke him up a little bit, So I think there's going to be players like he either one he's going to retire, two he resigns. You may see him. I don't know. He's one of those dudes that he could probably end his career playing for the Eagles.
I think that's what he's going to do.
And I think that's what he ends up doing. And I think if we did get him, it would just be one of those. Be like a sub pack guy,
Yeah. He's not going to be a star. He's going to be a rotational guy.
Yeah. So, but I mean, he's still got the shit, and he's still dominant up front. That's just what I'm kind of getting at. Is he's still dominant? He's still a force to be reckoned with, and people are still terrified of this dude to get up there.
No, I agree. 150%.
I think if we did bring him in, he's a situational guy, just certain packages.
Nope. Hey, you know what? I rescind what I said. I agree with him. All right, situational guy. Now, if he's not asking for all this type of money, I give him a chance because he is sturdy, doesn't have injury problems. He's been a guy that's consistent. But again, I think you hit another nail on the head. I don't think he's going to leave the Eagles. I think he's going to retire an Eagle. Like, that's just the type of guy. He's been there forever. But you never know, all right? And now, the last guy, but not the least, DJ Reader out of the Bengals. The reason I don't take this guy is because he has a history being injury prone. And
like
when what's that? Yep. So I'll be like, he's had, well, I'll tell you right here, it says extensive time due to injury in 2 of his last 4 seasons. So that means out of the last 4 seasons, 50% of the time, he's been heavily injured. So that shows me durability issues now. He's coming in at 30 years old. That's the pinnacle of your like from 27 to about 30 is the dude's like absolute pin of his prime. So he's coming a little bit past his prime, is injury prone. For me, I'm just like, hey, you know what? Unless you come in a really, really decent contract, just a no for me.
I'm with you on that. I'm not bringing this dude in. He's not worth the money to begin with, and he's just going to take up a roster spot, honestly, to tell you the truth. When it comes down to it. He can be disruptive, but he's, like you say, he's just too injured. He's always injured every year. So, or, last 2 out of 4 years, he was injured. So, like I said, the 2 years that he did play, he was decent. So he's one of those 50-50 toss-up guys. Are you going to get the first 2 years, or are you going to get the last 2 years?
Mm-hmm.
So I think, and you're 30. You're 30 years old. I want a cheap contract if I'm bringing you in. I'm not bringing you in at 30 years old, paying you a good fucking big chunk of money, and find out you get hurt. Like I said earlier, when you sign these guys and they come in the off season and they go in to fucking do their fucking training camp and they blow their knee out or tear their Achilles or something like that, now you're stuck with this dude on the books.
Yeah.
With a fucking contract that you should have never signed him to begin with because he's fucking injury prone. That's where I'm getting at. Like, we need to quit doing that shit. Look at what we did when it came down to Tyrone Woodley and all these other guys that we bring in. They just sit on the sideline.
Yep.
Bring them in. They're big name players that used to have a fucking day back in the day and name, and now they suck. And we bring them in, and then we release them halfway through the fucking year because they're in and then we end up eating contract.
No, I get what you're saying. So, all right. So, hey, it's a no for you. Val, do we have any outrageous social media comments that we need to address this week?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? You're the one that brought them last time. We have guys. You're on all sorts of social media groups for the Raiders.
Oh.
What was the comment of the week that you saw this week?
Anything about Tom Brady?
Did I tell you that about Tom Brady?
No. Tell us about Tom Brady now.
No. Listen. I've been off my rocker this week. Dude. And I just really hope that people will read before they freak out or panic about this whole Tom Brady being the owner. There's like somebody out there that is like pushing it on all these Raider groups, how he's like the new owner. I'm like, no.
Can't be the new owner with 7%.
Yeah, he owns 7%, right?
He will own 7% out of 10% with.
But like the headliner is Mark Davis finally announces Tom Brady as new owner. I'm like, I have seen it multiple times. I'm like, people are gonna get riled up. Come on, guys. Like, that will not happen.
Well, and we're sitting here, and you can be a partial owner of the team, but it doesn't mean you have the right to vote.
Yep.
It doesn't mean you get like, oh, you know what?
All you have is to say so.
Yeah.
You just gotta say so. That don't mean they gotta listen to anything you fucking say. You can back out of any of your ownership. You don't want to be a part of the owner of that team anymore, you can back out of it anytime you want. And unless you sign a contract with them, and then you gotta fucking face whatever that contract fucking says.
And I don't know if Mark Davis can even create more shares of his company.
It's that a lot of his company is fucking sold or owned by his mom. So
yeah, because that's how he controls 51.
I think she owns the majority of it. So she has the final say when it comes to anything.
So I mean, like this whole freaking Tom Brady being the super owner of the Raiders.
I've seen so many people. They're like, about time. This is great news. I'm like, what the fuck? Be nice, Val. Be nice. I have to be nice.
No, I got you, Val. Hey, now that we addressed that rumor about Tom Brady and you know how he has limited ownership, limited keyword.
Hold on. Spell it out for them in the back.
LIMITED. Bitches.
Yep.
Limited.
Say it,
He
man.
don't run the Raiders, bitch. The Raiders run him. So,
Say it.
you know it. At the end of the day, guys, it's all about one team, one nation. It's all about the Raiders. And if not, it's fuck your team,
Bitches.
bitches. So, hey, with that, guys, we leave you guys. Thank you guys so much for listening. Please click like, subscribe, and share. And hit us up on all the social media links, guys.
My connection is so bad.